The sexual breathwork technique you're about to learn is one of the most effective techniques to last longer during sex. And I use it every time I have sex. And once I started doing this, my entire sex life changed. It works better than Kegels. It works better than the microcosmic orbit. And the best part is it's very simple, and I'll teach you exactly how to do it in this video so you can start using it today. So to be successful with this technique, you've got to understand 3 key things. Number 1 is how the ejaculatory reflex works and why it catches most of us guys off guard. Number 2 is how to perform this technique effectively, which we're going to go into detail about that. And number 3 is how to avoid the major mistake most men make with this technique that actually makes them ejaculate earlier than they want to. The first thing to understand that will help you implement this breathwork effectively is to understand your body's ejaculatory reflex and why it happens. So ejaculation, which by the way, I love when it's done with intention, it happens because of a buildup of tension in your body and in your pelvic floor. And when that tension hits a certain point, we call it the point of no return, your sympathetic nervous system activates the ejaculatory response and boom, you get 7 seconds of release. Problem is, for lots of guys, the physical urge to ejaculate comes way too early and it ruins the fun. And this happens really because most men try to control their ejaculatory response during sex when it's already too late. You've got to start earlier. And just by the way, I do know what this is like because I used to be the guy that came in 30 seconds on a regular basis every time I had sex for years, and it ruined my sex life and identity as a man. So I get it. And I promise you, it is 100% possible to overcome this and be an amazing lover. So here is the critical insight. The buildup of tension that triggers ejaculation actually starts before penetrative sex begins. It starts as soon as arousal starts, meaning you need to begin this breathwork practice I'm about to teach you before sex begins to stay ahead of the ejaculatory reflex so you can actually ride the waves of orgasmic pleasure instead of having the waves crash around you so you ejaculate early. So here's the technique. As soon as you start being sexual, whether that's through eye contact, flirting, kissing, before any genitals are touched, I want you to do 3 things with your breath. Number 1 is to deepen your breath. Number 2 is to charge your breath. And number 3 is to breathe in a circular manner. So to deepen your breath means to take full inhales that actually stretch your belly back and chest in a way that opens up your body. And it means on the exhale to exhale around 90 to 95% of the air in your lungs before breathing in again. So you're not breathing out to the point of tension, but you're breathing all the air out. And charging your breath means to bring strength into your breath, bring greater intensity to the practice of breathing as if you're using the power of your breath to charge up your entire body, like it's fuel for your body. So breathing in a circular manner means having very little space between your inhales and exhales. So it could look something like this. If I'm starting to be sexual with my partner, I'm going to start breathing like this. I'm deepening my breath. I'm charging my breath, and I'm breathing in a circular manner. And ideally, you would be breathing through your nose and breathing into your lower belly as well. And you want to do this for at least 20 breaths, ideally 30 and ideally more. And then if you do this, a magical, incredible thing can happen where you'll find that the breathwork actually, it changes your consciousness and your physiology. It actually increases your body's capacity to hold more sexual pleasure without the pressurized buildup in your genitals that pushes you towards ejaculation. So after this breathwork, you'll be able to ride the higher intensity of pleasure without having to fight as hard to not ejaculate. It's really incredible. And the best analogy here is to think about surfing. Imagine you're sitting out on a surfboard in the ocean and you're looking for the next wave to catch. If you're a surfer, you know what comes next. Once you see that perfect wave coming and it gets close enough to you, you're going to start paddling. You're going to start paddling to build up enough speed to catch the wave. And if you don't paddle, you won't have enough momentum and the wave will pass you by and you'll have to wait until the next one. That wave is like the ejaculatory reflex, and that paddling is like your breath work. So if you start breathing early enough, you can catch the wave that is the ejaculatory response and ride it smoothly in front of it with ease. But if you start ejaculation control techniques too late, you'll miss the wave's point of no return and you'll ejaculate. It's really that simple. The challenging piece is just to make sure you actually do the breathing practice. And it probably won't feel natural at first, but I promise you the effort is totally worth it. The miraculous benefit of this technique, in addition to avoiding the ejaculatory response, is it actually increases your overall capacity to hold more pleasure in your system without that pressure to ejaculate. So you come closer to the experience of full body orgasm, and you start going in the direction of non-ejaculatory orgasm too, which is absolutely incredible. There is one major mistake to avoid though, and this is a mistake a lot of guys make with this breath technique that actually makes them ejaculate earlier. And the mistake is to focus way too much on breath as a specific strategy to delay ejaculation. And what I mean by that is, when the mind is focused on not ejaculating, it brings the concept of ejaculation right into the forefront of your mind. So when you're having sex, that's what you're focused on, right? And that's not what you want, because that unintentional focus will actually pull you towards ejaculation. The thing to do instead is to find authentic enjoyment in the breath while it's happening as a part of the art of making love. So move with your breath, make sounds with your breath, lead your partner into an experience of beautiful love making with your breath. Don't let it be rigid and tense, but use it as a generative force to increase the pleasure and connection and magic of your lovemaking experience. And this takes practice, which is why I recommend for you and for all guys to start a solo sex cultivation practice where you get to practice these things on your own and then bring these skills to lovemaking instead of using lovemaking as the place to practice these techniques for the first time. You want to come to lovemaking with a powerful skill set already created. All this being said, there is one mistake that's even bigger though, and it can sabotage even this breathwork practice. So check out this next video to make sure you get the complete picture of how to last as long as you want during sex. I'll see you there.